I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you, most likely, have herpes. That's according to a new study released by the World Health Organization that shows 67% of the population, or 3.7 billion people younger than 50, have it. CBS medical contributor Dr. Holly Phillips joins us. We're talking about both kinds of herpes.
We're talking specifically, these numbers refer to type 1. So herpes simplex virus is broken into type 1 and type 2. The numbers they're referring to today, where 2/3 of the population carry it, pertain primarily to type 1. Now, type 1 is the herpes that causes what's commonly referred to as cold sores or fever blisters. These are lesions on your lips or around your mouth. And even though most people contract the virus when they're kids, it usually lies dormant in the system. It's incurable. You never get rid of it, but it lies dormant most of the time. Every now and again, people have outbreaks, and that's when you can actually see the blisters.
What sparks the outbreaks?
It's different for everyone. Most people, when their immune system is under stress, is when you start to see the blisters. So if they have an illness like the cold or flu, that's actually how they ended up being named cold sores. Or if you're just fatigued, some people, if they get a lot of sun exposure, will then get an outbreak. Or women during pregnancy or when they have their menstrual periods. Really anything where your immune system is under attack, these cold sores will then come out.
Are there other more serious symptoms or side effects from simplex 1?
Type 2 actually has much broader systemic issues. It can cause swelling in the brain, and it makes it more likely people can develop HIV-1.
We associate type 2 with genital herpes, but now the research is showing that people are getting herpes on their genitals from simplex 1, type 1, through oral sex.
Yep, that's absolutely right. Now, it's important to point out both types of herpes can cause sores in both areas. But the World Health Organization, in this report, they did emphasize that there is an increase in the number of genital herpes actually now caused by type 1.
In the last month, there's been a lot of attention paid to a woman's Facebook page in the UK. She said a visitor came to see her newborn baby, kissed the newborn baby, and gave the newborn baby herpes. The baby was then covered with sores and ended up in the hospital. Why is it particularly dangerous for tiny babies?
Sure. Well, newborns, your immune system is still developing. You know, they really don't have the strong immune defenses they need to fight off the virus. But it is important to point out most people do develop the virus, or rather catch the virus in childhood from relatives, from their mother or father kissing them.
Should we not be kissing itty-bitty babies then, if 67% of us have the herpes type 1 virus?
Right. Well, you know, it's so hard to tell people not to kiss a baby. Certainly, if you have a visible cold sore and you know that you're having an outbreak at that moment, do not. But the tricky thing is, even if you don't have a cold sore, you might be developing an outbreak, and then the cold sore comes a couple of days later, so you're still contagious.
How close are we on the science to a vaccine or to a cure?
Well, there has been some progress made toward a vaccine that treats both type 1 and type 2, but I believe there's still a ways to go, and that's really what the World Health Organization was emphasizing today.
It's fascinating.
Very much so.
Dr. Holly, thank you.
Great to be here.